Ja. Okay. Coach John, macht weiter. O-line, right?
O-line, yes. Yeah. Love it. All right. My name is John Herstein. I spoke yesterday on defensive line. I coach the offensive and defensive line at Farmington Hills Harrison. And like I kind of was saying before, first of all, again, thank you guys for having us here. Thanks for sticking around, talking some offensive line play. I was thinking about your guys and some of the things. And Jorgen Kilsman, right? He's was the American soccer coach in the U.S. And one of the things he tried to bring to him is this team mindset, this one mind, they call it, one mindset. All right, and I think that's one of the things that offensive linemen really need to have, this one mindset, this team mindset. Going in there and thinking, how can I help the team? How can I work together to make my partner right? Okay, how can I communicate that? Because let's face it, I know you guys lose some kids to some other sports. I'm not going to mention that other sport, okay? And then the guys that you do get coming out for football, it's not their big dream to think, I'm going to put my hand down in the dirt and go knock somebody's face in. Like, that's not, like, nobody wakes up in the morning and says, you know what, I'm going to go hit this tree as hard as I freaking can, again and again and again. But you guys got some guys that do. All right, I know a couple guys back here, you relish in that, don't you? You think, I just want to go pound somebody right now. All right, that's great. And I love that about offensive line play. It's, to me, it's an unselfish thing, and it's a want to for the team and for your brotherhood. So, I'm very passionate about it. So, second thing I was thinking about, we were talking, and you guys are getting a lot of information. If we can help you with any one drill, that'd be great. Any one drill you might be able to take away from this, awesome. If you get two, that's even better. If you're just entertained, hey, hopefully that's fun too, okay? But like the other coaches have said, stick with what you know, be confident with it. It's not about what you know, it's about what you can get your players to know, okay? You might be the best with the pen, as Coach Harrington would say, or the best on the X's and O's. Guess what? If you can't get you guys to do it, or they can't teach them it, okay? Like Coach said before, I love that. That's why it's called coaching, not telling. You tell them, hey, it doesn't always work out that way. So you're coaching them and coaching them. The more you can get them to do it, okay, the better. So just stick with what you know. All right, so into drills. I got a lot of information. As far as I'm concerned, we probably won't even take a break unless you guys need it halfway through. We'll just keep powering along. Offensive line drills, and then I'm going to go over our schemes afterwards. From a defensive line, like I was talking about, I told some guys earlier, I try to get my linemen out there and going before practice. I don't want them sitting around. Those skilled guys, those backs, those guys, prima donnas, powdering their nose, changing their mascara, fixing their hair, getting their goddamn armbands on and all that shit. You know what? They can take as long as they want to get ready. My guys, I want them out there now. Don't waste time. Let's get out there and get another rep. And so what I try to do is I try to empower them with some drills that they can do every day before even I'm out of practice. Because I might be setting up our end zone camera. I might be getting bags out. I might be helping with this or that. Okay, sometimes even before I'm out there, they know what to do. They know what to set up. And a lot of times if you come to our practice, and I know I had a couple guys come over this past year, and they've seen it, our guys will be out there before practice starts, starting some of these drills, doing their own little warm-up, getting going, getting some reps in to get a little bit better. So, the basics, our stance. Defensive linemen, they get this big, heavy stance to come off the ball. All right, as an offensive lineman, you got two advantages. You know where the ball's going, and you know when it's going there. You better take advantage of it. So, always constantly harping on the quarterback, use the cadence to our advantage to throw people off. And then, obviously, we know where the ball's going. Now, our stance, we can't give that away, can we? So, my rule of thumb is we want to be a balanced stance. I tell our guys, jump up and down, okay? We're going to go big chest, big butt. Tip I learned earlier, if I got a guy who's duck-toed, okay, out like this, I'm going to bring his feet in, and then as he's squatting down, go straight back out, okay? If he's the other way, I'm going to go just the opposite, and it's going to pull him in as they're squatting down. But we want to try to get our feet mostly facing forward. It's okay if they're ducked out just a little bit, so we get more cleats into the ground. That's a good thing. So they jump up and down, feet ducked out a little bit. When they squat down, it's gonna be like they're gonna go on the toilet. Okay, number 2. Okay, the number 2, the big business. Sitting down on there, hand reaching down, gonna get into the ground, outside hand or off hand on the knee. I work left-handed stance if I'm on the left side, right-handed stance if I'm on the right side. We do it for 2 purposes. For pass blocking, for our pass sets, okay? And for our run blocking, I've got this high knee already up there for my down blocks. Okay, it's like a gallop, okay? I already have that high knee up. I've already got this hip opened up for the reach block. So we do a right-handed stance on the right side, left-handed stance on the left side. But we can't give it away. So it's got to be that same stance every time. Second thing is when they're coming up to the line, if I'm going to block you and I'm looking over at you the entire time, everyone knows what I'm going to do, don't they? I could have the perfect stance, but if I'm staring you down, okay, here I come. Everyone sees it, don't they? Okay? So come up, look left, look right, change it up. Look right, then left. All right? Never give a tell. Right? Poker face. Poker face. And we talk to our guys about that. Poker face. Some of them get it. Some of them it's a constant battle. They'll get up to the line and be looking down at the guy they're going to down block on. Okay? Poker face. See the big picture? Have a poker face. Ass down, butt down, eyes up in your stance. Right there, ready to play some football. All right. Then we have a second stance. Our second stance, we talked about the defensive guys yesterday. We call it a man-maker stance. This is a stance where I don't care if they know where we're going to go. I'm going to get myself into the best position to win. Defensive linemen, I said before, they got that big, heavy stance, 4-point possibly, I don't know, whatever it is, they're in a leverage position, aren't they? If we're down on the goal line, we're in short yardage situation, I am going to put my body into a position to where I can win, okay? Where I can win. So if my guy has to get in a 4-point stance, hey, they got to get a 4-point stance, they got to win. If I got to drop the other foot, I don't give a shit. Get your body into position to win that drill. And we do that drill 2 or 3 times a week, and I've got clips of it in here, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. We do that drill 2 or 3 times a week, and it's a carryover drill because we do the same thing on defense. So if you got guys that are playing both ways, this is a drill that goes both ways. Okay, and I like it for that reason. The one thing you got to look for with it, though, is if this stance might be a little bit more elongated, before you let them run into the game, make sure you stand alongside the line so they know they're not breaking the line of the ball, okay? That way they're not in the neutral zone. So double check that. Some guys get that 4-point stance, they get a little bit more elongated and not quite as compact as what they were before. So if their feet are in the same spot, now they're lining up off sides. If you're playing up close to the line. Coaches are saying they play the guys off the ball. We kind of play our guys right there in the middle. We go 2-foot splits, and I actually got it written up on the second thing, 2-foot splits, and then we go helmet to hip, okay, or helmet to raise. Okay, we want to be in that nice balanced area where we're up close enough for down blocks, for ISO blocks, for man blocking, but back far enough to where we can still pass set and pull and do all that stuff. All right, we start the beginning of the year with board drill. It's a great way to give kids feedback. I'm a big believer in some of the other drills that show this, is if you got an area that's a problem, you want to feed the problem. So for example, if I've got a kid whose hands are way too wide all the time, I'm not going to have something that constricts this right here. Okay? I'm not gonna put handcuffs on him, because what's that doing? That's now strengthening this muscle that's lifting outward, isn't it? Instead, I'm gonna force him to squeeze something in. Okay? I'm gonna put a tennis ball between there. Okay, or a sheet of paper, or his phone. Don't drop your damn phone. Don't drop it. I know you're texting. We're gonna go block with this if we have to. Okay, but you get the idea. So my hands are, we're gonna feed the problem. His hands are out there, we're gonna feed this. So we're gonna force this to happen. If my knees are flaring out, okay, my knees are flaring out, okay, I'm not gonna put a rubber band around here to pull them in, okay, because what's that doing? That's strengthening these abductors. Okay, so I'm going to put a ball in between here and tell them pinch that. Okay, pinch that. My wife taught me that. We just had a baby Kegel exercises. Okay, so anyhow, so feed the problem. Same thing on, if you get into that situation, don't think of how I can restrict it. Think, how can I feed that problem to force it to correct? So board drills, back to those, it's a great way to give feedback. It's low impact when we use the shields, and you're gonna see the way my guys hold the shield. I know Coach had his pillow out here yesterday. When we hold the shield, we went to actually turning and holding it into our body. What I hate is, and I used to do it, used to take the one hand, slip it through the shield and hold it like that, like I'm Captain America. And what's the sure shit the guy does that's holding the shield? Puts it out there like that, doesn't he? The entire time. The guy comes out to run block on it, he's doing that, isn't he? Okay? Is that a realistic look? Is that really what you're gonna get? No, you hold it in on the body, and now they can punch the shield through the body. Okay? Punch the shield through the body, and you're gonna get a nice fit. Now it's a realistic look. Now you got a lot of meat behind that. Now all it's doing is taking away that blow, softening that impact, low impact drill. You can get a bunch of reps very quick. So board drills, you kind of got them going right now. I'll let them kind of play. So let's just talk about some of the guys that are doing them. All right, this kid on the right here, he's pretty highly scouted recruit and all this stuff. He's going big places. The other guy right here is an excellent high school football player, about 6 foot, 220 pounds, not necessarily a college kid. So the college kid, you look at him, what happens here? He starts to rise up. His feet become too long, okay? He gets extended. He's not running his toes up on him, okay? This guy here is trying to keep his feet running up on the guy, not big steps, toes slightly ducked out. He's working a lifting motion, okay? A lifting motion. He's not coming out striking here, it's coming out here. You're gonna see it with the other clips. Hands are coming from low to high in a lifting motion. We do another exercise, I don't think I have it, where they have a medicine ball. Real cheap to carry around, okay? Easy to carry those as opposed to all the pads. Hold the medicine ball. One hand on top, one hand on bottom. Hand on top's protecting you from that. This guy's coming out of his stance, he's gonna come with a double underhand lift. It's a lifting motion and that rolling of the hips. Think of it like a sumo wrestler. Sumo wrestlers, what do? They get in here, they lift, and they try to throw them out of the ring, don't they? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to fit low to high, lifting, and I might create displacement like Coach was just talking about, or I might create vertical push. Either one's fine with me. We want to stay on him and drive into him, okay? And drive into him. So, even as we're holding the shield here, my hands are still coming low to high, elbows in, thumbs up, grabbing, grab the handlebar right there, exactly. Get out underneath that. Handlebar right there, fit underneath it. So we got board drills right here. Pretty good finish by the guy in the middle. You can see him starting to lift at the end. We got another one right here. Guy right here, low to high. Look at the guy over here. Finish the way. All right, so you finish with 3 things. You finish with a toss. You're lifting and you're throwing them on the ground. You're finishing with a shove. You're pushing them off and disengaging at the end. Or we say we finish with a touch. One of the other coaches from the Pirates, okay, he was talking about here in Germany, you guys, personal space, don't you? Personal space. So I invade that personal space with a touch. Okay, so I come over here and touch the guy at the end. What's he gonna do? Defensive guy. He's cocky, he's gonna knock the hand off, isn't he? Here comes the flag. All right, so you're baiting him into it. So we finish three different ways, and we coach that. We finish with a toss where I can lift him and throw him. We finish with, maybe I'm not underneath him, maybe I'm more here. I'm finishing with a push, or I'm finishing with, at the very end of the play, I'm getting my head back into it, I'm just coming with a touch. And here comes that guy. We're baiting him into the swipe, looking for that flag. A little bit dirty, a little bit whatever. You don't want to know what? If you can get a cheap 15, okay. I'm not telling him to shove him. Just come over and touch him. See what happens. See what happens. They don't do that. Okay? So something to think about. The guy at the end on the far left, he's got a nice rep. Look at the finish down there. This last guy right over here. Hands are coming from low to high. You can see him starting to drive that bag up. Okay? Visualize just the difference, either holding the hand shield down or with the medicine ball. All right, got started a little bit late. He's too upright. This guy's in good position, head low to high. I didn't like how he shot his hands there. You see that? That wasn't good, was it? What should his thumbs be doing? Here, should be coming here, low to high. So that's the coaching point. This is day 1 of doubles. This is the first day of doubles. This kid's about 2 meters tall and about 150 kilograms. So he's a big boy. If he can bring that hand low to high, he's going to be able to create leverage underneath, okay? Now we're going left. 2 extended from number 56, but like I said, these are day one drills. So this is good here. This guy in the green shirt. Let's see if it replays. Green shirt guy right here, wearing the sweatpants, this gentleman. Okay, see in there tight, hands are low to high. You play left tackle for some, not the tallest kid in the world, but definitely got some strength. 72's got a good finish. Low to high, he's pressing them. Kid down here at the end, not a great finish. He's extending out, isn't he? So again, day one coaching points, they're trying to create these habits of this low to high strike. So then we just turn the boards at an angle. I know it gets a little fuzzy. I get to coach, I don't have a GA, so I'm shooting all this film anyhow. We'll let it play again. So now we're going at an angle. Boards are turned a little bit. This simulates a down block. On our down blocks, we're working knee to crotch. Knee to crotch. That's our aiming point here. Something new I started this year, and I've really liked it. It carries over to a lot of different things. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Knee to crotch. If I tell him all the time with his head, okay, he's going to be doing this. You say 3 things constantly on the old line. Feet before hands, so we want to build it from the base up. Feet before hands, knee to crotch, and then we want to play long at the end. Play long. Get long with your arms at the end. Extend through the play. Strike on the rise. All those things. So, feet before hands, number 1. Knee to crotch. Play long. And we say that on offense and defense. Those are great carryovers from one to the other. So we're working at an angle. All right. Second thing on our down blocks that we're working. Now we're coming with something different. You don't just have this double underhand lift. We're coming here, and this outside hand on the down block is looking to collapse on the elbow. I'm looking to shoot it through, from low to high, through his elbow. If I catch the elbow, I've got him neutralized, don't I? I've got that pinned in there. If I miss the elbow, I'm into the rib cage and I'm lifting. I'm creating torque. I'm able to dump him into the gap. I'm able to displace him. So we worked on it some this year. We had some kids do it pretty well. Other kids, it wasn't their cup of tea. They happen to get on the chest plate. You know what? That's great too. But if we're working from low to high through this, we're able to end up in the right position too at the end. It's either way you're working through it safe. So we work outside hand, going to the elbow. If I can pinch it, I'll pinch the elbow. If I miss the elbow, I'm giving a punch in the side, and I'm rising up into that lift. So something to think about on your down blocks. You can see this kid right here. This is the kid that's starting left tackle. You can look at his left hand. Right hand's not great. It's a little bit wide, okay? Elbow's not in, thumb's not up as good. But his left hand is right down there pinching that elbow, pinching that near elbow into the side. All right, tug drill. This is great. You can do it with no pads. Works on the drive phase of a block. Can be scaffolded. When I say scaffolded, it means it can be built upon. Okay, you can add a lot of stuff to it. Couple things for the guy on defense. And I think we only have it done one way, and we're working a certain drill. So I apologize because it's not my favorite way of doing it, but it was something different. But I'll kind of walk you through it. So, guy on defense. We talked about feeding the problem. What do all the guys like to do? They like to have their elbows out, don't they? We're going to feed the problem. They're going to get to this fit, and we'll actually have the defender pull his elbows out to force him to pull them in. Flex these lats. Pull his elbows in. So we'll give him and I'm not telling, some of the guys are like, oh, I want to lift them up. No. It's just a little bit of pressure. Make him feel this tightness right here. Make him feel that flex. Okay, so it shouldn't be I need to win. I just need to give my partner a little bit of pressure there to remind him, right here, keep my elbows in. Second way we'll do it. Now, first rep we'll go like that, the elbows pulled out. Second rep, we'll have hands from the defender over top of the offensive lineman. And all he's going to do is give him a slight throw one way or the other as he's driving. Trying to throw him. What's this going to do to the offensive lineman? It's going to force him to keep his hips square. Okay? I'm going to have to work my feet over. I'm going to have to give opposite hand pressure as he's doing it. Okay? Drive those knees. Okay? Third way we go is we work it, the drive phase into the finish. So we're driving, and then the guy will let go of the rope. You'll see that in a second, and you'll look to finish with 3 finishes. A toss, a shove, or a touch. you're not going to end up with the touch because you're already engaged. So you're looking either, you've seen guys throw them on their backs, you've seen guys shove them at the end, that's okay too, okay? The one that you're kind of watching is an exaggerated knee drive. So we're seeing a team where the defenders scramble the offensive line. You guys ever see this? Nobody? Anybody ever see that? The defender will come out and they'll go bear crawling on the ground into your offensive lineman, okay? We've seen this a handful of times. This happens to be a time where we're working that, okay? When we see that, we're going to try to lift, and I tell my guys, I want you to knee him in the face. Let me say that one more time. Knee him in the face. So they're lifting, and they're coming with the knee to the face. All right, that's the point of emphasis. So with this drill, and they're not all great, the guy's actually going to be holding the pad down here, low, and this guy's going to be trying to bring the high knee into the face. Two things I like about it. First of all, it's violent. Second of all, it is going to create this knee drive into there. So
you never had trouble like driving your kneecap right into his face, man?
Not in knee pads, man. to be honest, want to know what more is? It's you might catch them with the knee pad. I would like them to be further leaning forward, so they're like this, and it's going to be more of a thigh board. Boom. Right. And you're actually trying to pry him up and lift him out of that hole. Because
even when he's bear crawling, like, you're not saying that I'm cool with you laying up right on top of him?
We actually got called. A kid did this year. Our kid laid down him, and they called a holding call on us.
Oh.
He said, the referee said, you need to let him up, and then you can shove him down. I said, well, isn't that defensive player? Anyhow, it was a big debacle. But I had gotten in trouble for laying down. I've never gotten in trouble for trying to lift and knee him out of there.
Right.
Okay? Plus, I think it's a great way for you guys to continue to stay active in a play as opposed to being a passive one-for-one.
Yeah.
So I go one-for-one on the spot. Yeah. Well, that's okay. But if I can go one-for-one and I'm moving them out of the drill or out of the way, now I'm gaining something out of it. Now I'm not a passive participant in this play. Now I'm more active. So this is that drill where we're working that. But if you can visualize, I was kind of let it play. I'll get a better one where it doesn't that. This guy's come with the high knee lift. He's kind of rolled up already. Who's got a good one here? Maverick. This isn't bad. He's a little bit exaggerating that high knee lift. I don't like how his head's down. I'd rather see him here, okay, leaning forward. Visualize this drill now. Yeah, visualize this drill now with, instead of this guy holding the dummy down here, the pad down here, holding the elbows out, pulling them out as this guy's driving to force the elbows in. Visualize the next phase being him trying to throw him one way or the other. Same drill. Visualize the last phase, or the next one after that one, of the guy who's holding the rope back here, okay, letting go and letting him finish. And then you got this one. I take these ropes here I got, they're from, we use them in our strength and conditioning program to pull chains, pull tires. I hook the guys up to one another and let them pull each other during the summer to see who can yank them around the yard, all that stuff. Again, it's a leverage thing, but we want to see those hips sink and rise up. So a little bit of a different drill. I got another good way where you can kind of accomplish something that's actually fairly bad. See how shitty those knees are? He didn't understand it, okay? That's a bad rep. Got the kid without the pad. Let's see if this kid's any better. It's not bad, a little bit too much there. You started trying to perfectly hit it. It's like, no, you're just trying to drive the knee. It's just there to protect you. That's not bad right here. A little bit too high of a lift. You can see the guy tugging back here. He's not giving it everything he has, but he's giving it a pretty good resistance. All right, uphill string. All right, so that's kind of the tug drill, I call it. Something a little bit different. Uphill string. Again, it's going to teach kids leverage. I tell the kids a funny story. I'm playing in my friend's basement, okay, or playing in their house when I'm a kid. And I've got 3 older brothers who are wrestling around, beating the hell out of each other. My one little brother, you know, I'm by far the biggest of them. Okay, my one little brother, he's about this tall. And he comes running across from me. I'm kind of standing there, not ready, and just lowers his body into me and starts tackling me, driving me. And I go falling through the wall with him. You can see my dad just pissed off now. But it taught me a lesson at a young age. I better be able to change my pad level and play with leverage. The low man is going to win. I'm 100 pounds heavier than this kid. 100 pounds heavier than my younger brother. And he's able to drive me through a wall because I'm standing up and he's low. So, uphill strain drill. We're going to create leverage. Good to work feet out. We got a lot of hills here in Germany, don't we? Got mountains, shoot. Oh man, I'd have so much fun here. Do this whole thing up a damn mountain. All right, again, it's the same things you can do there. Pull the elbows out, the throw. Defensive players love to do that. How am I going to throw him around, and then he's going to make the play, isn't he? Yeah. Throw him one way, coming ripping under. Throw him one way, coming swimming over. Especially at the second level on linebackers. They're trying to shed those blocks constantly. So you got to work on that. Got to work on staying engaged, driving through it. So we do an uphill strain. Okay, uphill strain exercise. If the next one's not blurry, I'll skip to that one. But we're driving them up the hill. Right here you can see them doing the elbow pull out. They're not yanking hard. It's just a little bit of pressure. Okay, just a little bit of pressure. See what the next one looks like. This one's better. Okay, oh, that one's not any better. I lied. Somebody tell you something don't, somebody lie about, you know? All right, so the first one we saw was the elbow pressure out. I'll go back to that one. That's why I'm pointing out a couple things. So again, he's not trying to yank them apart, he's just applying a little bit of pressure. Here we go. Just applying a little bit of pressure. Our guys are working, driving them up a hill. You can see it's not that big of a hill, okay? You guys don't have to drive them for, 50 meters. It's just a little bit of distance. We happen to have this right next to our practice field, so I love it, okay? We go over there and we use it, and they drive them up the hill, and they're working on lifting. I've even done stuff where guys behind them pushing down on them to create more leverage. Think more lift. I tell my guys, our kids are in school, and I know there's not much violence over here in school as well. Our kids are a little bit rough around the edges sometimes. So I tell them, you ever pick a fight with somebody and you grab them by the collar, you jam them into the locker, you kind of lift them up in the locker? I go, that's what you're doing playing football. You're trying to get here, and you're trying to lift him. You're trying to put him right into that locker. All right? So same kind of thing here, elbows up, driving them up into that locker, coming with that lift, okay? I think it does a nice job of not allowing them to get overextended and forcing them into this leverage drill. We transition this one into, I got this one from Bob Wiley. I go down to the Cool Clinic every year. It's coaches of offensive line. You guys been?
No, but I got the videos. But because it's directly in May when we have season.
Oh.
So the deal is.
I've been going there for about 10 years now, and it is by far the best clinic I go to. I only aspire to be something like that. But Bob Wiley talks about a splatter drill in there. And so we do a transition from this one where we actually have the guy engaged right here, and I've got a giant crash pad, okay? A giant, like a high jump pad, except only about that tall. And I tell the guy, throwing him onto that, and we'll work throw onto it. So if you don't ever practice how to pancake somebody, it never is going to happen in a game. You're not always so lucky to just road grade somebody. Now that happens, but if I can get underneath and lift and dump, I'm in full control. If I get him back on his toes and heels, oh man, I can take him where I want to take him. So we can transition that one into the splatter drill, okay? So this is elbows being pulled out, driving the knees, toes slightly ducked out. 26 doing a great job here. I coach wrestling and shot and disc also, okay? He's a wrestler for me. I'm going to tell you, he's not a great athlete, not by any stretch of the imagination. But he knows how to play with leverage, and he's able to play against guys that are much bigger than him. He's blocked guys that are 325 pounds effectively because he's able to play with leverage. He's 220 pounds, 210 pounds, all right? Short, squatty, strong, not a good athlete, not like some of my other guys. Blue shirts over here, this kid's a freshman, he don't understand what he's doing. This is my center, he's doing a nice job. This kid's hoping to be something next year. I sure hope he is also. To be determined, okay? Let's see how that goes. All right, now, that's still elbows out. Now you can see the throw. He's trying to throw him one way or the other. And he's not giving him everything he's got, is he? Offense should win the drill. It's an offensive drill. He's just giving him a little tough. Notice what 26 is doing. He's driving that high knee back into it. He's trying to go over there for a reason. I'm going to fight into the throw. He's trying to throw me for a reason to get to the football. Trying to keep his shoulders square and work into him. This is too much right here, okay? And plus, his feet, you see how long they get? It's probably not too much in the defense. I actually think that offensive lineman's feet are getting too long. He's taking this big, long step up the hill, isn't he? Short, low, choppy steps, all those things. Okay? So that's how we transition into that. So you're engaged. Yeah, same thing, the throw drill. Feet are a little bit all over the place from that guy. See what they got going on here. And this kid right here is getting a prick to him. See him starting to, he's not just coming side to side, he's starting to pull him forward. Isn't he a little bit? So he's bringing his feet up, bringing his feet back up into him. Pop, 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 pop. Trying to roll his hips. You say, step on his toes, you heard that one. You know, you say, get your hips into them, get underneath them. There's other colorful terms, I won't use it because you got a female in the room. No offense. All right, I'll say it. You get dick to dick with them, all right? She looked at me like, don't treat me like that. All right, you're in here with O-linemen, you're going to have to deal with it. Now, I love it. All right? So you get dick to dick with them. You get right here. You get your hips into them so you can get your hips underneath them. That's really what the ultimate goal is, isn't it? Your hips underneath him and you're lifted, okay? So uphill strain, I think I beat that one to death. All right, double reach. Great for offense and defense. Who can get outside and win? We still want to push opponent downhill or down the field. You're going to see a couple of these things. These guys are looking, they say, oh, I got him hooked, don't I? That's no good. That's no good to me. Now you're telling me this running back can only run that way? If I can continue to reach and press you down the field, do two things. First of all, I'm going to give a cutback. Second of all, if I'm getting them off levels, now a linebacker has to fight through me on his way scraping outside, doesn't he? Okay? Now a linebacker has to run around that, and I might take two out. So I want to continue to press them downfield. And you're going to see good, you're going to see bad reps. You know, like I said, I was just filming it for the sake of getting going with it. So double reach, not bad. He's getting a little bit of a push, mostly on the line there. All right? This one here, soft, weak. Right? Not bad. So long. You see how long he got there? He got to him, and he couldn't get two hands, so he pressed one arm long. Okay? I'll go back on that one in a minute. Let me go back to that one. So, when he's pressing him long, let's go fast. Was it before or after that? I think it was this one. All right. So, when he's pressing him long, right here, if he starts to backdoor you, then he can turn and push. If he's trying to come over the top, because obviously the ball's going there, now you can continue to press him upfield. We work this on reach. We work this on screens, okay? On screens when my guy's scraping. Or on our stretch play. Anytime we're outside in space and we're trying to get up the sideline, we're going to continue to work this long technique. Long with an arm, hands up, thumbs up, running our feet. He wants the back door, I can turn back on him. He wants to come over the top, I can continue to press him upfield with that. It's a different technique that we use. Ideally, if I can get two hands on him, that's always the best. Okay, I'm going to be more powerful there, but this is okay. Right? So long there. See the next one. Right, these guys think that they're defensive ends. They didn't get it. That's better. Okay. Coming back. Starting to, I gave up too much ground. I didn't like that because you see how he got kind of pushed back on lines. You might have won the reach, but he got driven back into the backfield. I didn't like that. I think these guys here do a pretty good job. Yeah. So this number 7 here. He plays tight end for us, so he does this a lot. Okay. This is probably one of the better ones because he does have to reach block quite a bit. So he's driving him off the ball. Outside hand here. If I can catch the elbow, I'll catch the elbow. Okay. Elbow here, hand on the sternum. I can play long here. I can have the elbow and be under control there. You can see he's a little bit high with this hand, but not bad. And you're going to see him continue to press him upfield. See where he's at? They started back here. These squares are each 5 yard by 5 yards. He's driven them almost 4 yards off the ball. Later on, I'm going to show a clip. He does this exact same thing in a playoff game and takes up 2 blockers on a sweep play, on our outside play. All right, pull drill. Love the hoops. Use the heck out of them. Okay, use them for defense, use them for offense. I I say we're doing two things. Whenever we're pulling around for a linebacker, we call that a pull. Whenever I'm going to trap a guy on the line, I call that a trap. This is my terminology, okay? So pulling around for linebackers, that's what we're working on. All right, great way to warm up. Guys get out there before practice, boom, they're doing this. They don't need me around, okay? They don't need me around after I show them how. Could be pulling inside for power. In that case, we're going near foot, near shoulder, okay? Knee to crotch still. Could be going outside for pin pull. Now we're going inside foot, inside knee to his crotch because we want to get outside leverage. Then have him do fit to a defender fill with the scrapes of reaction, whether he's scraping or filling outside. All right, so here it is. This is day one on air. Our guys are holding the shield. Come on, go fast. All right, so technique that we use. We work a skip pull. So I don't know how many guys here work skip pulls. Some of you. Hey, it's a great technique. Here's two things I've learned in recent years. Actually, three. Okay, first thing is, if I'm going outside zone, we do a pin pull. Okay, pin pull. In this case, I want to be fast. Okay, I want to get to that outside shoulder. It's okay for my feet to cross when I open there and start going. Okay, and it's a you guys familiar with the term karaoke?
Yeah.
All right, so it's a karaoke. For those of you guys in the back, my inside foot, so if I'm pulling to the right, is going to cross behind my outside foot, open, and then I can start leading around the edge. So there's going to be a couple crossovers. It's a little, when I first saw it, I thought, my goodness, I can only imagine one of my big roofs like this and then getting shoved and getting knocked on the wrist. It hasn't been a problem in the last 7 years I've been doing this.
But would you, since you referred to outside zone, would you only do it on the backside and not that you fold right with the center right?
No, I do it on the front side. And you'll see on our outside zone play, we're pin pull, we'll pull play side tackle, play side guard, center, backside, we'll have them skip pull also to go get the backside linebacker. You got a couple of nice shots where you've got guard, center, backside tackle, all pulling into the play. We've also worked, while you're on the topic, we've worked a skip pull with a cut block. To get over that. So instead of open,
you get them early because
with a skip.
Early. Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah, it's just like when the guy that you're trying to get with the full block, he comes down hard and you get him right into the gap, and that's when you cut him.
Yeah. Well, or we're saying, you know what? We want you to reach and cut this guy so this guy can slip to the linebacker. Mm-hmm. And so we'll work a skip pull open and then take the far hand, far knee. My right tackle got really good at this year. He would skip pull open, go cut block hard, and he'd do that on a lot of plays. We didn't even do that on some inside plays when we got tighter and help backside. When we're a guard pulling on power, okay? A guard pulling on power. So, just so we're all clear on this, I know I'm going kind of fast. I got a lot of drills and a lot of stuff I want to show you. A guard pulling on power. All right, so, and backer, okay? These guys are down blocking, he's filling. This guy's pulling around for him. Power, kick out, okay? Guard pulling on power. The outside zone play we were just talking about. It could be end here, reach, down on a tackle. This guy's pulling around for a backer, or if there's an end here, you might be blocking out, maybe pulling around for him. That's the one I don't mind just skip pull or crossing your feet over. On power, however, this is something I got from the guys over at Michigan State who run a ton of power. They talked about stacking your feet. So if I'm running power to the right here on the left guard, instead of going crossover, I'm going to stack them. And the reason, I never thought of this, and it's brilliant, I had guys skip pulling, and they would overrun the guy they're supposed to be pulling around for. They'd overrun this linebacker. They'd fit on this linebacker's outside half, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but if we can fit it from inside out, that's better. Okay, that way we can cut up or back. Okay? We had guys falling too wide, and we're always constantly saying on a power, hug it tight, hug it tight. So when you stack the feet, it doesn't allow, if I cross them over, all my weight's shifted over there, isn't it? If I stack them, I'm more in line. So I'm not going to drift as wide. something you might like. The third way we skip pull is with the center on the outside zone play. He doesn't have to worry about this on power. Now the outside zone play, because we say he's in a hole. I didn't draw this accurately, but if you're lining up, you know, we talked about that just briefly for a second. If I'm lining up here, the guards are actually back off the ball, aren't they, a little bit? So I'm in a hole, aren't I? I've got to get on the level with them. Or if I just try to skip pull right here, I'm running into him right now, aren't I? So we work a kick slide into a skip pull. And I got this one from the guys over at North Dakota. Okay, North Dakota State, actually. Okay, so if I'm the center, my feet are balanced, I'm skip pulling on our outside zone play. If I'm going left, I'm actually going to kick first with this foot to get back behind the guard. Kick, skip pull. Okay, if I'm going to the right, kick, slide, skip pull. Okay, if I'm going left, kick, slide, skip pull. So if I'm going this way, right foot, kick, slide, left foot starts the skip pull to get out of that hole. Kick, slide, skip pull. All right, so that's the technique that we work. It's been good for us. We had a really athletic center. He was able to get out and lead a lot of plays. So we start off with the hoops coming around, guy holding the shield. This is a nice rep from this left guard. Okay, and that really is our left guard. So he's working the 40, the power play. Center is the guy at the middle hoop. He's working head on the outside because he's working the stretch play, isn't he? All right? Center's never going to pull on power for us. Or very rarely, I should say. So he's working the stretch play. The left guard, or the right guard, the guy all the way over in this hoop. You guys want to take a break? All right, I'll go all day.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy right here, he's the Frank Glazier of this country, and I love him for it. All right, I love him. You guys know who Frank Glazier is? He started the clinics over in the U.S., so this is awesome stuff. I appreciate Emil doing this for us. All right, so this guy here is working the outside zone play in the middle hoop. You can't hardly see this guy. That's my right guard, so he's working the outside zone play to the right also. The right guard sucked at the skip pull pretty much all year. He'd always have false steps, okay? False steps. So if he's skip pulling that way, he'd inevitably want to do this, okay? He'd inevitably want to go here and then start skip pulling. So what I did is I took his cell phone out of his locker. I put it right here in front of that foot. And I said, you want that cell phone, don't you? Well, of course they all want the freaking cell phones. How can I Snapchat what I'm doing or tweet it out there, Instagram or whatever the hell they do? Okay, Facebook, and no one uses Facebook anymore, do they? Okay, so I put that right in front of his foot. You don't want to step on it? You want to keep that thing? You sure as hell, he's not going to do this, then that. Oh, all of a sudden he's doing it right. So I threatened to do that in the game. He still messed it up plenty, but he was a tough kid. This guy does it nice though. So, hoop drill right here, coming over to a pad. Nice fits right there. Day one of it. Here's this guy on the left here. He has a misstep also. The guy over on the far side, not so much. He's pretty good at it. That's the starting left tackle. This guy was the guy in the middle here. That guy started at left tackle. This guy was the backup. You can see why. Okay, little things like that. Still a pretty good play. Here's a center. All right, this guy in the middle is the center technique. So take a look at it. Kick slide, and he actually crossed over in front. He should have crossed over behind. Day one of learning. Kick slide, cross behind. This guy right here is probably yelling at him because he was a captain for us and a pretty good player. Okay, so that's a center. See, kick slide first, and then he's working his skip pull technique. He actually just crossed him over. Not what we're looking for, but you can get the idea of the kick slide. Here's the center doing it. This is the starting center doing it. So see the kick slide and the skip pull? All right, and now he's working the outside zone play. Let's go back on that. Let's skip back like this. All right, skip pull around. Okay, watch that right foot. Kick slide, skip pull around. Okay, one more time. Kick slide, skip pull around, and then he's aiming for the far side. All right, it's like a double reach right there. Same thing here. This guy's, oh, man, messed up the drill. Fired. You guys never had that, do you? I don't know what just happened here. Try to redo that. There we go. All right, skip pulling around. Kick slide, skip pull around. So he's going to meet him on the far side. That would have been outside zone to him. This is this guy's outside zone. This is the guy I talked about with the cell phone right here, with the cell phone there on them. You can see, you know, tell our guys a couple of things. Be freaking coachable, first of all. Be coachable. Tell them a little quick anecdote here. Guy hires you to build something, or you hire a guy to build something, you say, dig the hole right here. And then you come back the next day, it's dug over here. You're like, no, fill that in and dig it here. Come back the next day, it's dug over here, a different spot. Fill that in, I want it dug right here. Third day he does it, he digs it over here because it's too damn hot, you want to be underneath this tree, you say, you're fired. You're not coachable. Be coachable. Do what I ask you to do, you know? But that's coaching, not telling. I like that, let's steal that. That's why it's called coaching, not telling. So coach him not to do it. Guess what, he still does it. I'm at the high school level. I can't fire him completely because he's still one of my baddest dudes. But, you know, you hope that he tries to get a little bit better at it. All right. Now we're working a skip pull around with a linebacker filling. There's a shit look from that guy. Skip pull around. Guy should be filling downhill. Yeah, coming downhill, a little more contact to it. Okay, so this is like the inside play. Linebacker's coming up filling. Yeah, took it on. That kid right there was a first-year player right there. This kid right here, first-year player. You can see why. Guy coming downhill on you. Take him on. Not bad. Meat went to the outside. That's a power play for that guy. Center skip pulling around. Somebody had a good hit there, I thought. Got lit up. All right. This one right here, I think. Yeah, make him drive on it. We'll have that when they fill and you got to drive on it. So, all right, then we got the double pull drill. And this one's a little bit nasty. You know, we've done it both ways. In this case, they're both working that reach. So remember we did the double reach drill? Now we're doing a double pull and reach. We want to see who can get there the fastest. Who can go reach that guy? So it's a little bit way to make it competitive. Get those competitive juices flowing. All right, so this kid right here, going to Notre Dame, plays at Notre Dame, plays defensive tackle for him, played right tackle for us. I mean, this manhandled this kid. I think he got a little bit of a brother-in-law situation. I think that's the only rep I have of that.
So when it's not the center, so he can have his feet stacked, then you like skip the what the center's trying to do, like the play side kick step, and then stack your feet, so he can directly move to stack your feet and move over.
Yes, yes. If you're not the center,
it's just for the center.
Just the center, because he's in a hole. He's into the line of scrimmage. If I'm the center, there's my guard. So I got a kick slide to get around him, don't I? I got a kick slide to get depth to get around him. God forbid he gets knocked off the ball. Now we're really cooked. All right, let's go on to the next drill. All right, trap drill. Now we're working helmet on the inside, near foot, near shoulder, knee to crotch. And then we also worked a log or versus a wrong arm. So if they're going to come down and try to spill the trap, take that outside arm and put it in. We're going to aim still inside out. We're going to put our helmet right on his ear hole, and then the hips, either you're going to knock him out or you're going to have to wheel the hips around. But you want to be real physical on it, because the more you hit him, the more he'll stick to you. Okay? The harder you hit him, the more likely he is to try not to get knocked around. So he's going to fight back and stick to you more. So trap drill versus this. So he misses. Now, first step is good. He's coming downhill. This guy's awfully far upfield. I say find him in your radar. He's working an inside trap play. If this guy's that far upfield, he won't be able to stop the inside trap play. And I'll get to some schemes here in a minute. But we want to stay inside course. So even though there's not big contact here, I'm not going crazy about it because the course was right. Okay, now I should have adjusted as the guy got upfield, but we want to take an inside path. All right, here's a trap from this guy. That guy's giving him a good hard look. All right, you should gain ground with that step more. So if I'm trapping to the left, I should gain ground with that first step. I don't want to see a bucket step. I don't want to see that open up. I want to see us gain ground to where we're going. I tell him to push on the guy's hip to push him through. That's a wrong arm. Big guy takes it on too high. See him stick the arm in there, should put his helmet on there, and worked around. Yeah, that's not bad for a wrong arm. He wants to come underneath it. I'm going to turn and stay on him. Yeah, he waited for it, didn't he? That guy had a nice low shoulder into him. That's our, that's how we work the technique there on the trap play. If I get no block, I'm coming in like in hockey, low shoulder right into his face bar. So that was pretty good from that defensive guy's look. Yeah, he kind of missed him. And this is more of a wide back block for a center on our because that is our center for the when he's blocking back for a guard. All right. So trap drill, slow pass set. So we talk about pass set. We go, something else cool clinic. You talk about pounded movements. We're talking about strength and conditioning stuff. Okay, these muscle memory training. Okay, not everything needs to be done fast all the time. Sometimes that pounded movement is something that you'll remember. I do this with my kids in wrestling. I tell them, hit your single leg as slow as you can so you can feel every muscle move, and then we'll speed it up. Okay, it's a great way to drill. So when we work our pass sets, sometimes we'll go slow kick slide so they can feel that coming. Knee to crouch, feel those movements, feel the weight on the insteps right here. And the same thing with the post. And then we can speed it up, okay? But we start off slow, slow, slow. Pounded movements, something I picked up from that clinic I thought was great. So outside knee to crotch, arm length away. So if I'm pass setting on somebody, I want to go knee to crotch. Here's my guy, knee to crotch, arm length away. He's wider. I've got the cookie behind me, don't I? Quarterbacks back there, they all want the cookie, don't they? Screw you, that's my cookie. That's what I tell the guys, that's my cookie. I'm gonna eat that, all right? So I just got a set to stay right in between them, knee to crouch, okay? He's even wider, maybe a little more depth, knee to crouch, arm length away, okay? So those are some things that we look for with this. So we're going slow at it, my big right tackle there, not a bad rep, slow, doesn't look like much, but he's got that knee to crotch right here, and he's just gonna settle on it. That knee to crotch, stop, and then we'll put arm length away. You say, aim for the Nike sign. They all got that Nike logo, don't they? You all like this Nike logo. Boom. Hand on that Nike sign. Boom. Thumb up. Hand on that Nike sign. Long. We do a ton of one-hand punch. Okay? Ton of one-hand punch. That gives me a second hand when he counters inside that I can roundhouse him with. Okay? Some of you guys are into boxing and stuff like that. Boom. Boom. I can come here. Find that I can get two if I need to, but I can come one hand at a time. You want to spin? Punch, punch, punch. Okay, so with this is one hand punch, okay, or the slow set. All right, slow set from the left tackle. He's giving away his stance a little bit, in my opinion, and he's not playing as long. The left guard here is a little bit better. He's longer, okay? He's a senior, he gets it. I don't like this up on the toe stuff. If I can turn my toe out and get my whole foot into the ground, weight on the insteps, I can post back inside. So I don't like that part of it. He's a kid that's a little bit duck-footed. You think it would fit into his wheelhouse? He actually corrected that and got better at it as he went on. All right, now we just speed the pass set up. I'm not going to bore you with that because I know we're running out of time. I want to get this in place. Machine gun drill. Now we're working kick, post, punch, punch, punch. Okay, here's our center. He's going to kick one way, punch, punch, okay? One, then the other. I don't like him dropping that foot. He should be a little bit more lateral. So he starts kicking left, knee to crotch. You should keep that right foot up. Right foot up. As center, I give him a little bit more grace with it, but I would like to see that. Let's see this guy. All right, so you're going to go left, punch. He needs to get all the way back over. Coaching point for the guy on defense. Look how wide this guy goes. I did it on the line for a reason. You should have walked straight down the line. Be coachable, young man. Day one of drills, though. Let's get past that. So machine gun drill. You guys good with that one? All right, this might be a good rep here because yeah, this is much better. All right. So he got better at it, didn't he? Look right here. He's gets knee to crotch, and then he's working to get all the way back over into him. This guy's a little bit too quick, but at least he's working into him. So that's what we want to see. This punch, 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 punch. Okay. All right. Pass rush, one-on-one. I think a lot of people do this one. I actually The only time we really practice this one is basically on game day, to tell you the truth. Other than that, we get a lot of it in team. Where it's full out one-on-one all the time, you know. You don't do a ton of it. Man makers, we talked about this a little bit. All right, I'm gonna let some of these just kind of play. Let me get to a long one. All right, where it's got like 3 or 4 of them going in a row. That's a nice rep right there. Helmet underneath, working on lifting. Notice their stance. Everyone knows what the hell they're doing, don't they? This is that heavy run stance. We're going to drive you off the ball. Coach talked about that goal line stuff. Guess what? They're going to know what we're going to do, and we're going to get ourselves in a position where we can win down there. Now, it doesn't always have to be QB sneak. It might be blast one way or the other. But we're getting our body into that leverage position. This kid right here on the left's pretty explosive. He got better as the year went on. The more you can get that hands going low to high, the better off you're going to be. Question?
On all those run block drills, I see your players having air under their
Heels.
And then all the pass set drills, you say, I want the insole on the ground, which makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you don't want that on run blocks?
Well, I don't. No, normally I do. So in our normal stance, okay, our normal stance is that balanced one where we can pass set or run block with our whole foot into the ground. This one here, this is goal line.
Yes.
This is we need to move the ball 1 foot to get a first down.
Mm-hmm.
Get your body into a leverage position to win. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. But you still,
But-
and then in goal line sense, you require the guys to lift their heels?
I don't require. I tell them you can have the whole foot in the ground. Some of them I think do have a little bit more foot into the ground. No, not these guys.
I've not seen it one rep.
Not
so
one?
far.
Okay.
No.
I'm trying to think of if Chris, if I got one of Chris, he might go, no, I don't. Maybe this one might have it. I think this is several of them in a row. All right. You're asking why don't I have them do this for pass sets?
No. You're having them do it for pass sets, and I'm asking why you're not having them do it for run blocks.
With the whole foot to the
Insole
ground?
on the ground, yeah.
Only because this is short yardage. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
On normal run blocks, if it's first down and 10 and we're running the football, I'm going to want their whole foot into the ground.
Okay.
All right. This is goal line.
4 point stance, fire out, and then
This is you need to win right now. You must push them off the line. This is not a situation where we can where you can't lose. Okay, we must win. Okay. So change your stance.
and then you don't require them to move anyway. It's just like straight upfield. It's no direction.
Two steps as hard as you can, still to the scheme though, but put your body into a more heavy run stance. Okay, I'm not worried about them getting able to pass set out of this. Okay. All right. So, I'll get over to some plays, but I just want to point out some double teams and things like that. Right here's a great double team from the right guard, right tackle. They get a nice combination block. Get a shot from it from the end zone. Drive them off the ball, hip to hip. I didn't get to a double team drill. Notice the left guard, what does he do? He overruns it a little bit, doesn't he? I hadn't shown him that tighter skip pull path, and you see how his helmet fit on the outside? Should have fit near foot, near shoulder. All right, this is from a couple years back. This here is a combination from the center and guard. Okay, let's go to the end zone film. All right, end zone film of it, combination here. He's going to try to knock him on, and then he's going to chip off onto the linebacker. All right. This here I think is that stretch play I was talking about. No, not that one. It's a different one. This is decent from the fullback here. On the stretch, continuing to drive. And, Coach works with them, but I work with him on some blocking stuff. This is not a great reach block from this guy. But you can see here, you're asking about your run stance. This is our normal stance. This is 90% of our downs, 99% of our downs, okay? I won't beat that to death anymore. See the backside tackle with the cut block? Somebody else is asking about that. Look at the right tackle, skip pull into a cut. Goes, takes him out, okay? Backside guard, getting off the linebacker, takes a shitty angle. You know, sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you. All right, this is a trap. This kind of looks familiar, doesn't it? That guy kind of coming upfield too far, correct? Okay, he finds him in his vision now. He's able to get a good trap on him. Okay, running back makes a nice cut, follows it. End zone film of it. Tackle kind of sets him up, gives him a little fake, and gets to his linebacker. Again, he's able to get on that guy. He's outside. I'd like to see him keep his helmet in the hole more. That's the coaching point. All right, this here is double reach drill. This is the one I was talking about. This is at number 7. Okay? This is that same drill. Does this not look the exact same as practice? That double reach. Watch this. He reaches. He's driving. He's pushing them downfield. He's going to take out 2 or 3 guys here. Okay? So that's that same double reach drill, driving them downfield. Watch number 7. He's the left tight end. Nice job. Tackle. The guard comes pulling around there. He's able to get in front of the guy, force him to backdoor him. Nice touchdown run for us. Trying to think if this is a pass set. I'm betting it is. Some pass pro, knee to crotch. This is that slow set drill. Look, they're not rushing hard. He's not running and jumping out there to go get him to get the left tackle here. He's being patient. Kicking and waiting. Boom. Hands coming low to high, arm length away. Right tackle's a little bit hunched over, but the guy's coming wider. So it's okay to continue to give the ground on that. All right, this is a power play. All right, guy angles outside on him. Okay, I didn't call my double team. He's slipping the linebacker right now. I should have called a double team, but because I didn't, I'm going to stay on that block. And he's able to wash him wide, and we're able to hug the block tight. The right guard does a nice job of that, and able to spring him for a touchdown. Notice he's not very fast. The other guys are much faster than him. It's amazing he scored on that. All right, he gets beat cross face. He stays on the block. Guard hugs it tight. He's able to fit up in there, get the block that he needs to. So you can see the drills. A lot of these are the same things that we practice, aren't they? Make the drill fit the game. Okay, how much time do I got left? Anybody know? I'm just going. Go here all night. We don't care. Coach, you got any place you got to go?
No.
No. Yeah, we're here in Germany for another week, man. We're going to stay 1 week here right now. All right, we're getting fired up. Another, what was that?
Another week.
Another week. That's right. All right, these are stick plays. We're going to come back to that. All right, let's talk a little bit of scheme. Okay, this is, you know, I was thinking about it, and I was just going to go nothing but power plays, but we only really have 2 run blocking schemes. Rules, we talk about rules, they must follow. Rules they must follow. We've got a stick rule, and we've got a goo rule. Okay, and they're the opposite of each other. Okay, stick is, I'm going to block the guy outside. So the outside gap, let's look at it right over here. If the play is going to the right, okay, play is going to the right, I'm going to block the guy first in my outside gap, right here. So we say outside. If nobody's outside me, there's a guy on me, I'm going to block the guy on me. If nothing's on me, it might be to the inside or over top of me, a backer, I'm going to go get the backer instead. I got to follow these rules. So outside, on, over. You say outside, on, over, inside gap, or gap. Okay? Our kids call it oog, oog. You know, you hear the Neil Diamond sound, ooga chaka, ooga. All right, so they out there going oog, oog, oog. Okay? Outside, on, over, inside gap. Okay? So that is our stick rule. Okay? Right here. Our goo rule is just the opposite of that. Gap, on, over, outside. Okay? So if I'm blocking my goo rule, first thing I'm going to look for is something in my gap. I'm going to block down on it. Nothing's in my gap, something's on me, I'm going to block the thing on me. Nothing's on me, something's over me, I'm going to go block that. Okay? Nothing's over top me, I look to go outside. But I say outside, if you're the end man on the line of scrimmage, I can't really go outside because we got a kick out coming from either a guard or an up back. All right? So when I say the guy outside me, if this guy was here, well, you'd have to block his gap, wouldn't he? But if this guy was here, this draw like this guy's not here, this guy's, it's like a four-man front, right? Here's the tackle, here's the tackle. Now he gets to go outside, doesn't he? Because nothing's in his gap, all right? Nothing's in his gap. Make sense? So 2 rules, stick, goo. Stick rule is very similar to inside zone. I don't get hell-bent on, if I'm blocking stick to the right, I'm not telling all the guys they got to step with their right foot, okay? If I got a guy, nothing in my outside gap, and I'm nothing on me, nothing over top of me, I'm that right tackle right now, and there's a 3 technique inside me, I'm okay stepping down and comboing. I just got to know which linebacker I'm going to, and that varies from play to play now. But the initial rule on the line of scrimmage is the same, okay? So stick rule, goo rule. Make sense? All right. Keep the party going. So I just grabbed a couple of stick plays right now, just because I wanted to show you some, because I don't have them in my second PowerPoint. He should have brushed. I mean, this is an older clinic tape. You should have clubbed him past on the draw play. This is a draw, but draw a stick roll. Let's look at it from the end zone. See what we got going on. Okay, you should block outside because there's something outside. This guy's outside. He's got to block him. This guy gets to work a combination because it's a blast play. It's going to the next linebacker. Okay, and then we're blasting this play side linebacker. Right tackle messed up. Fullback went to the wrong gap, but the idea is there. Okay, stick roll. Let's look at it from the end zone. Well, we don't get an end zone shot of that. That brush technique, this is a nice brush technique from this right tackle here. This is on a draw play. Comes with a nice club down to the middle. I digress. We work that to get 2, and then to get a nice stalk block downfield. That one's worth a second look. This is going to make Coach cry because he loves these guys so much in this film. But this guy right here is a really terrific football player for us a couple years back. But we worked on a draw. So this is his outside gap. We told him you can pass set on him. Stick rule still outside first. Okay. If he wasn't there, he would look right over top of him. If nothing else was over top of him, he would look inside. Okay. So comes with that nice club technique, puts him down to the ground, and then he does a nice job of getting to a linebacker. You know, that's just it's great stuff. Let's get this from the end zone, if we can. Does it have an end zone? No, it doesn't. Okay. This is a blast play. So let's look at it from here. We're going to go outside, outside. 2 guys are lined up outside. Okay? Outside is our first rule. All right? Guard's got to go outside because there's a 3 technique, and this guy's got to go outside because there's a 5. This guy has to go out because there's a 9. Okay? Center's able to work a combination with the backside guard, and we're ISO in here. But they stick to that rule to start, stick rule, okay? Here it is from the inside. Here's it from the end zone. Somebody's right here in his gap outside. He's got to block out. Somebody's in his outside gap. This guy's in his outside gap, so he's got to block him. It's a tough block. You're all by yourself. Does a nice job. The fullback does a nice job of reading it. This guy actually angles cross face, but he's able to read it, get the linebacker, and we get good yardage. Okay, so stick rule, this is a good one. This is like, you know, what people would call inside zone. Okay, all right, we're running it to the right, so stick rule right. These guys are actually working a fold scheme, which I tell them they can call out on their own. But again, this guy's blocking out because that's his rule. This guy would block out if something was there. Nothing's there, nothing's on him. There's no linebacker over top of him, so now he's blocking down to the inside. We fold around. Okay, so stick rule. Questions on the stick rule. Outside, on, over, inside. Okay, outside gap, on, over, inside. All right. You guys still ready to party? You guys need a break? You guys good? How much time do I got?
About an hour.
You got an hour left?
4:30, right?
Sure. We can go all night. I got clips on clips. Scan. You guys need to stand up for a minute? You guys good? Stand up for a minute. If you need to go to the bathroom and not come back, I understand. I appreciate you guys' attention. Okay. Is our huddle guy here still? Is our huddle guy here? He's not here. So I made this clinic, or this tape last year, but it's the same stuff we've been doing with the gap scheme. This is all the power gap scheme stuff, okay? So I made this before. Huddle would not let me download this and then, you know, do the stuff to where I could play it offline. So I don't trust the internet in this building right now. Bear with me, please. I will draw it up if I must, but we will just grin and bear through it. So goo, gap on over outside. I'm blocking my inside gap first. We talked about it over here a little bit. Okay, blocking my inside gap first, and I'm blocking the guy on me and then over top of me. Combinations can go to that linebacker. If we can work a combination on the front level, on the first level, the defensive line, we want to work combinations there. If we can work a combination on the front line, we want to as much as we can. Footwork wise, you know, I didn't get a chance to do the double team drill. Some of these guys are asking about it. If I'm the inside guy on a combination and I think this guy's gonna angle cross face, it's okay to step with the inside foot. My outside foot's gonna work a high knee gallop, and I'm gonna come with an uppercut to the guy's stomach. That's what we teach. So we go inside foot, uppercut, high knee gallop, driving, lifting, elbow pinned, all that stuff. My outside guy is coming down hard on him, doing the same thing. We're trying to get vertical displacement. If he wants to go that way, we'll throw him, and he'll continue on, and this guy will overtake. Okay? So that's kind of, in a nutshell, the double team drill. We do the one with the bag, like Coach was asking about, post fit, already bag in here, again, feeding the problem, okay? They want to keep their hips away because they're afraid of what? Getting their foot stepped on, aren't they? Oh, no, you know, I tell the guys, if you don't lose a toenail, you're not a real lineman. You better lose a damn toenail this year. And I check their feet, and if they don't have it, I take a hammer out and I don't do that. I want to, especially when they misbehave. But you know, inevitably, they like to go like this on their double team because they don't want to have their foot stepped on. But, you know, we need to be in incision, need to be in sync, okay? And this comes from reps. And they get pissed off when they get their foot stepped down, and I say, deal with it. You want to win or do you want to lose? And usually they want to win. So that's kind of the double team, and we'll work it two with a linebacker over here. We'll go stack, we'll go over here. All the different combinations of that linebacker, from gap scheme to our stick scheme. Whenever I'm comboing with somebody, we'll work that drill. Two guys, defensive lineman, linebacker, double team to him. He goes here, this guy shoves off, this guy overtakes. He goes there, that guy shoves off, and he overtakes. Okay? Make sense? All right. Won't beat that anymore. All right, identifying fronts, who's in the box. So this is a little bit more schemed, this one here. We talked about this. How many men are on the line of scrimmage? Okay, is it odd or even? We have a simple call. 5 guys on the line, odd front. 4 guys on the line, even front. How many linebackers are in the box? 1, 2, or 3. So it's odd 1, odd 2, odd 3. Even 1, even 2, even 3. So right here, this would be even 2. Odd 2. Odd 3. Okay? I've got odd even. Okay? Odd even. Most of our guys can do that math. Who's number 1? So we talked about this when we're describing stuff. Play side linebacker, we label, so if the ball's going to the right here. Play side linebacker, we call him number 1. Second linebacker in the box. Number 2. Last linebacker in the box. If they come with the 4th, then we'd have to change that to 3. Okay? We usually don't have combinations that can go beyond 3 because tight end, you'll see it in a minute here. So first, second, last. Okay? We got this front going on right here. Nose, make him a big nose. Tackle, end. Okay? End. All right, so odd 2. First linebacker. This guy's the second linebacker. And he's the last linebacker. Make sense? So when we run our combinations, sometimes we're comboing to the same guy. You see that? We're comboing to the same guy. They say, well, so-and-so is blocking them. I say, then you go block him too. That's bad news for him. We got 2 of our guys going after you. That guy should be shitting his pants. He should be afraid. He should be running for his life. 2 of you going after, so it's okay. 2 of you guys are going for him. We want to make sure he doesn't make the play. So who's in the box? You know, if you ever see the movie Talladega Nights, you ain't first, you're second, or you're last. Okay, fate first, you're last. I don't know. So odd 2, odd 3, even 3. It's like a 4-3, even 2, okay, or a 4-4. We don't always count these outside backers. So this is one thing. If we're talking about this, I don't draw on this because this is not a dry erase board. If this guy's folding into the box all the time, is he in the box or out of the box? We'll count him. Okay, we see some teams like we saw in the last game of the year where he's off the ball right here and he'll fold in and we'll count him in the box, or vice versa with him. But if they're typical 4-3, you know, this guy's 4s, this guy's 4s, you know, D gap, C gap, D gap, A gap, A gap, D gap, C gap, D gap. That's usually how they defend it. Okay? Basic rule, you saw this. This is just a blown up version of it. Again, GU rule. If you need to write it down and take a photo of it, you guys all got it? You good with it? All right? Gap. Something's in my gap, I gotta block it. These guys are in my gap, I'm blocking down on it. All right? Nothing's in his gap, what would he do? He would double, nothing's on him. This guy's over top of him, so this is technically the guy he's gonna go to, isn't it? Would he be wrong if he fired right out here and blocked him? No, but we like to work combinations on the line going to there, okay? So GU. All right, you know, I put this one in here. I remember doing this when I made this, and just because you block it right doesn't mean things get executed right. I don't mean to throw coach under the bus here. I think the quarterback turns and he steps on somebody's foot back here and they get knocked down, but the play's blocked great. Okay, not a great looking play. See if we get end zone film of that. Yeah, end zone film of it. So, this guy's in his gap. He's going to block down on him. Nothing's in his gap. This guy's over him. Okay, not on him, but over him. So he's going to work to there. Again, we like to work a combination on the line. This guy's in his gap, so he's blocking down on him. So they're going to work a combination, looking for anything coming through that gap. Combo, you know, again, tight ends. Yeah, they come over and they work in camp. I don't know if you heard Coach Thorne. They work in camp with us during blocking. Then they want to go catch passes with Coach Harrington all the time. Hips should be together, shouldn't they? Okay. So combo, combo, combo. Great job taking the linebacker. You see him kind of throw him into him. I like that. Fullback gets a decent kick out. This guy's hugging it tight, fit inside out. Again, this is before I started teaching that stack. You see how he drifted too wide? You see that? Now we're stacking it. We don't have this problem nearly as much as this guard right here drifting too wide. Okay? But we got it blocked pretty damn good. Now, it's a full team game though, isn't it? Let's see. All right, on. All right, guys over top or on me, directly on me, I'm going to block him. Outside, on. So we see this right here against against odd fronts. So right here we got a guy on us. Well, you don't know which way he's going, so I always say pull your friend over. Let him block the C gap, you block the B gap. Okay? So they come down on, and then this guy does a nice job of bouncing off to linebacker here. Does a nice job, look at that. He comes down, this is out of our power eye, great down block from this guy here. Comes and then he bounces off on the linebacker. Now it helps the linebackers playing up there so tight, but that's a great job here. Then we get our fullback leading through with the swing back on the kickout. All right, so from the end zone, all right, you can see it here. This guy's on him, isn't he? That's not inside shade, is it? Right, he's on him. This guy's kind of peppered up there, but he's not quite threatening it. So you should see an inside step right here. This guy's coming down, again, tight ends, great double team block. Okay, maybe not, right, but the idea is there. He knocks him in, and then he comes off onto his linebacker. Right here, this guy's coming down, he's threatening the A gap, you get a combination. Oh, that's jumpy. We'll go slow. Right, combo, The linebacker leading through it, hats for hats. All right, over. Now we got to block the guy over us. So again, working that combination theory, we're trying to get over to the, we're trying to work that combination on line of scrimmage to the guy over us. So right here, this is a tight end for us, Devin Funches. Nothing's in his gap, nothing's on him. This guy's over him. All right, over top. He's a linebacker off the ball. He's gonna go block him. Does a nice job right there. Gets us in the end zone. I don't know. Over. Yeah, here it is from the side. I don't know why it didn't come up this way. Probably because I was watching this earlier. Reviewing it. All right. So he comes right off onto that linebacker. You can see it from the end zone or from the sideline. Let me try this real quick, guys. I don't dare mess around with this internet much, but close tab. Close tab. Close tab. Let's try to get this thing operating at maximum capabilities, you know. All right. Before we go much further. Over. All right, so we got that a little bit crisper, cleaner film. All right, now we're working outside. So this is that combination that we were kind of talking about there earlier. Okay? This is a power play with a quarterback. Quarterback doesn't run it where I think he should, but it pays to have good players too, doesn't it? All right, so they're working outside combination. This is the right guard working a combination with the right tackle. He's going outside because nothing's in his gap on him or over him. So he's working his outside combination. The quarterback probably should have cut it back right here because all these guys have overplayed it. Instead, he does something else, and this is why we need to have Rod Hurd at quarterback next year, Coach. Trying to push him to move our best tailback to quarterback. He haven't sold him on it yet.
Get there.
Get there. When I show you clips like that, it gets you fired up. All right. This was, all right, more of our goose game, okay? A 42 buck trap. So now we get that trap course, kind of like we saw before, outside trap. Again, the guy's so far upfield, we don't even have to hardly block him, all right? But outside, or in gap on, over, outside. So that's the scheme. All right. Here's a 42 pull play. Okay, this is a log, isn't it? Guy kind of comes over here and tries to wrong harm him and pin it. Up back kind of pins him in and then seals off. Guards coming pulling wider. Should be running a little bit faster. Here it is from the end zone. So this guy's getting this guy on him, locking down. Okay.
Wrong name.
Yeah, guard should continue to hug it tight and look to kick out, but you know, play football. All right, no tight end. Okay, so no tight end. Working traps now against no tight ends. We see this when we run our counter tray or open end kick out blocks. Okay, so it could be trap, could be pull. This here's a pull. We're going to get kick out from him. No tight end to this side. So back to the scheme stuff. This guy here is coming down for second linebacker in the box. So we go power off tackle. We talked about numbering these guys. First, second, last. If I got a tight end over here, I could go to the last linebacker. No tight end, I got to go to second because I take the place of the tight end. Tight end's rule on power off tackle is go to second linebacker in the box. So the tackle now takes that rule. Okay? Kick out from the fullback. This guy's coming down to second linebacker, gets a nice block. Guards hugging it tight. They're trying to run a little twist scheme on the inside. The right guard does a nice job. This guy's trying to angle across the center's face. Okay, center's going to take him because he's actually got the left A gap. This guy's looping around. Look at what the right guard does. He pins him down. He stays on his gap. Something appears in his gap. He's going to take it. Right? We get the kick out, or the down block from the tackle, guard pulling around, coming through. That same tight end I was giving so much love to a minute ago, shitty effort on the backside, look who's going to make the tackle. tight end's guy. So down block, nice job with the right guard here. He's going to block that guy. He disappears. He's going to stay on his course. He's going to connect with the next guy on the twist. Had that tight end gotten the block on the backside, it would have been even that much better. But as it is, it's pretty good on the play side. We were able to get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. All right. Positives of power O. So the power game. You can dent the defense. You can carry your combinations longer. Coach always wants to run the most basic version of the do scheme. He likes running the combination where we just get combination here, you know, you got backer, and you got this guy just kicking out. He likes running this one without the guard pulling. It's a great play, nothing wrong with it. Positives of doing a power offense, of going power O, is I get to stay on this combo longer because this guy's going to second, this guy's pulling around for first. Okay? My combo is going to last, I get to stay on it longer. And many times we've gotten into this situation where we've told them, we don't care if the last guy overplays it, because if he does, running back could cut the ball back to where he's not. Okay? Now, do we do that all the time? No, but if we're going against a team that we know is going to overplay it, we kind of play into that. Okay? So this combination is going to last. Here, this guy be doing his wheel block on the end, B gap to C gap. All right? So positives. Dent the defense, carry combos longer. It's downhill. We get numbers in our favor because you got a backside guard pulling around to your side. We got a couple of adjustments. We call it a tight end release. We make that a vodka call because he's going to outside release, veer release. Okay. We do a base switch with the guy who is essentially the tight end turns his rule. If something's not in his gap, he's going to stick block. Okay. So that's a base switch. And then that allows the up back to lead through like it's an ISO play. It turns into like a double ISO. Okay? So here it is. Power off tackle. Running it left here, tight end's coming down. He's got the C-gap defender. They're all angling in. You're just talking about this, Coach, weren't you? So inside step. I'm fearful that he's going to angle in. He's going to take this guy on the inside angle. He's coming down. He sees his hat disappearing. He should be going to second linebacker in the box. And he is. Okay? He's coming down for second linebacker in the box. Now he ends up taking the block in the face, but you have a coach that says make him work through your face. Okay? Up back gets the kick out block right here. He's on the kick out, and the guard's pulling around, hugging it tight. So the guy making the play here is that backside linebacker who wallops our tight end and then comes off. Again, power off tackle, a little bit of motion, window dressing, okay? So you got the combination, guy's kind of angling over there, he kind of knocks him off and is climbing up. Right tackle, right tight end, get a nice job. Now, technically his rule is to go to where? Second linebacker in the box. This guy appears in his gap, we must take it. We can never let anything come through our gap, even if we're on a combination. So combo, 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 that guy appears, the tackle comes off, guard's now pulling around for the next guy. It's nice when you can get a guard coming around for a safety because you get all the hats blocked. I think it has an end zone film with it. You guys see that end zone film okay? Jesus, that's zoomed out. All right, combination, play side, okay? Guy shows up in that tackle's gap, he's going to take it, okay? And then the guard's pulling around for the next. We got a saying, you take his, he'll take yours, okay? If you take his, he'll take, the next guy coming through will make you right, all right? When in doubt, block him with authority and with anger and with aggression, okay? This is the power read. Pirates ran this a little bit, I know, okay? A little bit of that power read, guys upfield. Same idea though for the offensive line. That's what I like about it, is it's the exact same scheme. You can do all these different window dressings, it's the same schemes. There is no change. Guard continues to hug it tight. Quarterback's got some wheels against a pretty good Southfield team. Okay? So let's look at the count. All right, something's in his gap. He's going to block it. Blocking down, down, down. Okay? Filling for the guard. Guard pulling around, wheel blocking. He's going to go C gap or B gap to C gap. So see that tackle. See how he gets hands on him? He's threatening. He can't come off on him yet. Okay? Tackle ends up working out with the tight end, but they got their combination. Okay? Guard's going to continue to hug it tight, look for something scraping. Stock blocking on the outside is okay. Able to get good yardage. One more time from the end zone film, the only film that matters. Okay? Like, I don't know if you heard us talking before, we film all the stuff in the end zone. Like I said, if you guys want cheap plans on how to build your own end zone camera for $250, see me afterwards. I'll be happy to share it with you. So 4-3, second and last, we talked about that over there. Here it is. All right. Power off tackle, pulling around. Guy gets beat cross face. He should have, this here, I lied, this here is what we call our base switch. So tight end's actually blocking out, okay? When he's blocking down this guy, that's what it is. This guy's inside his gap, he angles out, he's gonna stay on him. There's nothing for the fullback to kick out. He's gonna start turning into a lead play. See from the end zone. No, they don't have an end zone film of this. It's my holy guy. All right, skip that one. All right, we're running power to the weak side now. Down block to second, wrapping around for first. Fullback's kicking out the DN. All right, so this here is what we call the base switch. Nothing's in his gap. He's going to be able to block out if he communicates to the up back. Up back, we call it base switch for this reason. I'm going to base block the DN, and we're going to switch responsibilities. Okay, so I'm going to base block. Now the fullback's going to lead. It turns into a double ISO. We don't tell the fullback to go to second linebacker because I don't know if they're competent enough to understand that. So we tell the guard, when you hear the base switch call, the guard that's pulling, I'll get a little bit tighter. Okay, just another way to block power off tackle. See if you got end zone film of this. All right, here's end zone film of it. So they call the base switch call. He's going to block out. Fullback's going to lead. Down block. Back block, where we got a cut block. Pulling around, hugging, get tight. Yeah, a little Omaha action. So because we got this guy here, he's able to cut the C gap. He's going B gap. He's chipping here, then bouncing back late. Fullback's going to lead. Guard's going to hug it tight. He's going to slow the running back down because he's not very fast, but you still appreciate him getting in the way. So that's the base switch call against a 4-3. All right, this one here, this is the vodka call. So we went regular, base switch, vodka. So we want to influence this guy on the outside release. He's going to outside release to drag him out there with him. He'll get the kick out. We still got the combos coming down and the guard pulling around for this guy. So linebackers walked outside the box. We're going to vodka it. See the outside release from the tight end. Fullback getting the kick out. Running back was a little quick to bounce it, but you know what? You can't argue with the touchdown, can you? All right, look at it from the end zone, maybe not. I don't know why it's doing that. Look at it from the sideline again, I guess. All right, vodka call, outside release. Fullback still kicking out, guard hugging it tight off the combinations. Little stock block outside there, careful not to clip. Next, all right, 4-4. Now, we're still coming down. We probably run a vodka call against a 4-4 more than any other time.
Axel musclos. Ich hab nochmal.
All right, 4-4. Tight end's gonna block down on this guy. Fullback's kicking out the next guy outside. So this outside linebacker right here. Okay, that was our base rule that we went with here. We talked about that backside linebacker overplaying it, didn't we? This guy was really good at this. Backside linebacker we're comboing to overplays the ball. Okay? This guy right here overshoots it. Look what the running back's able to do. He cuts it back behind him for big gain. Maybe. There's my huddle guy. Oh, here we go. End zone film of it. So we're blocking down. We're going to kick out the monster or this outside linebacker right here with the fullback. This guy's blocking down, blocking his gap. Okay? This guy overplays it. The cutback is there. Able to get good yardage on it. Okay? Blocking their gap. You get a nice cut block. We're careful not the high-low with the center here on the back side. Okay? Right tackle, right tight end. The cut block action. Able to cut it back, get through it. How much time do I got? I'm over? Yeah. I'm done then, I guess. All right, I didn't get to the pin pull stuff. I told you, we're staying here for an entire week. We'll go with this all day. All day long. All right.
Your wife, she wants to leave, so.
I know, she wants dinner, doesn't she? All right, I want to say thank you to the meal. Thank you very much for having us over here. Guys, if there's ever anything we can do to help you out, let us know. I sincerely mean this. I appreciate you guys coaching the sport that we love over here. Okay, and hopefully you guys got something out of it. You can take it and use it with your team. So thank you guys very much. God bless you.